All right, let me check if the streaming is working properly. I have the YouTube streaming link opened on my mobile device. I'm checking if the streaming is working properly. All right, so I think it is working fine. So people watching this live, can you please confirm if there's anyone live on the session? Please confirm if you can hear me fine, you can see my screen fine, see the video fine. All right, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Time got changed, got revised to 3:45. Okay, it's working fine. The link is working fine, so you can start the session in a minute. Let's wait for people to join in, if they do. Hi, hi to those who are watching this session live. You may want to confirm if you can hear me fine, you can see my screen fine, and you can see also me fine in the video if you want to. We're waiting for a minute for people to join in, and then we'll begin the session. All right. Let's begin. Hi and welcome to the session on writing ability test tips and required skills. So first of all, the session is inspired by my own experience, right? What worked out for me. I, as a candidate, when I paid for my CAT 2015 exam, I was very skeptical about my profile, about my past academics and my past work experience. If I can, once I scored a 98.3, I was very skeptical if I can make a mark in the PI and GD round because that kind of experience was very new to me, right? And that is what inspired me to, first of all, become an educator so that I can inspire other people from my own experience. And this particular class is also going to help you understand what worked out for me in real time, practically, right? So welcome to the session on the writing ability test. Now we know that you have got the results of the exams that you prepared for, that you took at CAT and ZAT and IEFT and NMAT as well, and SNAP and whatever exams you prepared for, and you've got the results. Now colleges have started calling you for the next rounds, which are GD and PI, and also this unique process, which is WAT, writing ability test, where you're given a topic. The topic can be of any economic value, of any political concern. It can be an abstract topic as well. And you are given some time to interpret the topic and write an essay kind of a thing on it, right? So what are the testing? What are the skills they're testing in you as a candidate, right? And what are the tips to crack this round is something that we're going to discuss today. So this is a YouTube session I'm taking. The session is going to be just for 30 minutes. And for most such discussions, and if you want to get in touch with me On a very personalized level, I would say read about Unacademy Plus, where the educators are coming online and giving you, offering you structured courses, lessons in the form of structured courses, and a lot of educators are coming in. Right now, they're introducing a lot of, you all are introducing a lot of GDPI preparation material for you. Then for people who are preparing for the CAT 2020 exams, right? So we all are helping you in every way possible through this amazing platform called Unacademy Plus, right? The fees is very nominal for Unacademy Plus. It's around 3,000 rupees before discount. But if you use my coupon code, which is Bhavuk Pujara, that is my full name or my profile name on Academy, you'll get a 10% instant discount. Right? Chaliye, let's discuss. First, we're going to discuss the skills that are tested in WAT or through WAT, writing ability test. What are they testing in you? Skill number one they're testing is communication skills, right? What are your thoughts and how you communicate them is the first skill that they're testing. And it's very important for an MBA graduate or for a management aspirant to have good communication skills. You may be not very strong in, or your strengths may not be technical skills, but the way you communicate with the clients or with the vendors or with the internal teams is very important, because being a manager, a lot of people looking up to you, right? For direction, for strategy, for what to do next, and for their problems and issues. So how you communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions is very important. That's the first skill that they're testing in your WAT passage, the essay that you're writing. So what are your thoughts and how you communicate them is very important. Second thing they're testing in you is your writing ability, your written skills. How well can you write down your thoughts? We all sometime or the other would think random things, and our thoughts won't be very structured, right? But when you're communicating with your clients and vendors and internal teams as manager, you have to be very articulate. You have to be very particular, very sharp, and very concise, right? The tone of your statements in your emails or in your messages to your teams, external and internal, the tone and the English that you use, the structure that you use to write your opinions and ideas is also very important. That is what they're testing, your written ability, writing ability, your written skills. Third is vocabulary skills, right? These days, India has opened up to globalization. So people are going out, and we're communicating with people across the globe today. So English vocabulary, English being one of the most prominently spoken language on this planet, I'll say it's very important to understand English and how you communicate. What kind of words do you use? Are you cultural sensitive? Right? In some cultures, some English words may not be used on daily basis. What kind of vocabulary are you using is something very important. So your English vocabulary, your choices of words is tested in this WAT process. Right? So there's one way to improve your vocabulary, which is that you read a lot of newspaper, right? Reading a dictionary is not of great significance, because you don't want to learn the words in a way that you don't know where to use them, right? जब आप newspapers पढ़ेंगे, जब आप books पढ़ेंगे, may that be fiction or non-fiction, you'll understand that, okay, there's a new word that I learned today, and this is how it is used. This is the background of the word. This is the context it can be used in. So the application part of vocabulary is very important. Building a vocabulary is one thing, and then applying that vocabulary is another. So you have to, I would say, focus on the application part equally. And learning the vocabulary just theoretically, that is reading the dictionary. Some people I've seen, what they do is they pick up the dictionary like 6 months before the CAT exam. They're like, this is the way we're going to learn vocabulary. Right, 50 to 60 words we're going to learn every day. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Read or learn, say, 8 to 10 words, 5 to 6 words in a day, and in 6 months it so happens that your vocabulary is built so strong, and you know how to apply that vocabulary to apply those words as well. Okay. Skill number 4 that they're testing you on is creative skills. How creative or unique are you with your thought process? That is one thing, which is आप newspaper से कुछ पढ़कर आए, आपने news में कुछ सुना, and you just vomiting in the exam. Ditto. Some people are very good in mugging up what they learn, right? And what they're testing you here is your own creativity, is your own uniqueness. right? अगर आप कुछ पढ़कर आए हैं, how well can you write it down, rephrase it, right? How well can you do analogy of what is happening uh, in that topic? Can you, do comparisons, or can you use that to apply to bring in something else to the table that people don't know about or people can't think about very easily, very conventionally, very standard, in a very standard way, right? So your own creative skills, your own uniqueness of your thoughts is very important. Skill number 5, analytical skills. Whatever is given to you, whatever is, for example, there's a political discussion, there's some political topic that is given to you in your WAT uh, round, and what you're doing is just stating facts, right? But what deductions, what opinions, what inferences do you draw from those facts is something that is very important. What are your analytical skills? What do you think is going to be the impact of that particular, say, a policy of the government on the society, or the nation, or for international relationships of the country, or even at the district level, as low as the district level, or the state level, or city level. It may not be as big as national level impact or international level impact. It can be as small as a district level impact, or village level, a city level impact, right? So your analytical skills, and these are widely tested, prominently tested in your WAT topics, which are abstract in nature, right? जहाँ पे कोई context नहीं है, कोई facts नहीं use कर सकते आप in a way that the topic is not very factual based either. It's not a political or an economical topic. It's a simple abstract topic that is thrown at you, and you make the sense out of it the way you want, right? In those topics, I would say your analytical skills are tested very strongly. So, what deductions and inferences do you draw from the facts, right? What opinions you draw from them? What do you think is going to be the impact? The SWOT analysis, for example, how well do you do such analytics of given statements, of given facts, is something that is very important. Right? So we discussed 5 skills that are tested in your WAT round. The first one being communication skills. What are your thoughts and how you communicate them? Second is written skills. That is, how well can you articulate your thoughts in a written manner. Your tone is tested. Your choice of words is tested. How well can you write down your thoughts? The structure, again. Vocabulary skills, your choice of words, right? Do you use like very heavy vocabulary that is not usually used in day-to-day basis, right? Do not try to impress the examiner or the VAT checker. I mean, whoever is checking your VAT, जिसको भी आप ये VAT present करने वाले हैं, do not try to impress them using simply vocabulary, right? You're using such English words that are not usually used at workplace or in college, or when you're communicating with the clients and vendors or internally with the teams. Industry में अगर words नहीं use होते हैं ज़्यादा, please do not use them. Please do not try to vomit the words that you have deliberately learned just to impress the people. No, they're not going to be impressed by such heavy vocabulary. Use normal vocabulary, decent vocabulary. Use words that are commonly used, right? It may not be as simple English as well, but use some vocabulary, some heavy words, but not, it shouldn't be like the whole essay is full of heavy vocabulary and people are finding it tough to understand what you mean. Then creative skills, bring in your own creativity, your own uniqueness of thoughts when you're writing an essay. Then analytical skills, what inferences, what deductions do you draw of the facts and the opinions that are thrown at you. Now we're going to discuss some tips and techniques of cracking WAT exam. First of all, we're going to discuss these 4 C's for next 10-12 minutes, right? This is what WAT is going to be about. If you focus on these 4 C's and you draw your passage, your essay that you're working on, that you're writing around these 4 C's, you're done with. Keep these 4 C's in mind. Actual information. The first is content, which is the actual information you write in your essay. What are you writing? For example, a topic is given to you. Are you being topic relevant, right? Or are you going off track just to impress the examiner? You're just going off track and doing some random comparisons and random analogies across industries and across content, right? So what is the actual information? What is the gist of the passage is something that is very important. What do they want to understand from that passage that you're going to write is something very important. For that, I would say practice a lot of WAT topics, pick up random topics and write down some essays on that. So actual information you write in your essay is very important. Your ideas should be well thought, and relevant to the topic. You cannot get off track with your topic, with your discussion points. ऐसा नहीं कि national level concern की बात हो रही है and you're taking international level concerns. Of course, you can inject some international examples. For example, this is happening in our country and this has happened 30 years back in some other country. Something like this is fine. But just moving away from the national concern and moving to international concern, international relationships with other countries is not going to be of great significance. It's going to be a bad, something like this is going to be a bad thing on your profile, on your WAT. You're not going to be scored well there. Second is coherence. Your essay should have an impactful start, detailed or meaningful body, and a logical ending. This is the structure of every WAT that you're going to appear for, that you're going to go through, right? Start with introduce what the topic is. 3-4 liner ka introduction do. This is what you're going to talk about, right? The reader should know that, okay, and I mean, think about it. There's a lot of content online. If you read a news today, right, आपको एक news के 100 sources मिलते हैं, but you're only caught up to that source which impresses you or makes an impact in the first 2 lines, right? So your essay should have an impactful start so that it draws the attention of the reader. Then the reader would be interested to know more details later, and then finally the logical ending, right? This is what the structure, the flow should be. Okay, let's wait for a minute. If people have any doubts, any comments to make, they can please do them in the comment section box. If there's anyone watching this live, please post your doubts or any questions you may have based on the discussion we have done so far. We're discussing about 4 C's of WAT. The first C being content, actual information. The second is coherence. Say hi to God is the name of the user who's saying, if I can ask you one question. Of course, please go ahead. I'm waiting for your question. If you don't attempt any question in CMAT, your percentile will be around 45 to 50. But again, that is not a very relevant question to what we're discussing here. Anyways, if you have any further relevant question, please let me know. Otherwise, let's continue. All right, the third C that we're going to talk about is competence. Language you use should be fluent and competent. You should avoid grammatical mistakes. You're being tested on that as well. You should be articulate with your ideas. And finally, you should, or if you know of any quotes and idioms, please use them to make the essay, more impressive. But it's not like a hard and fast rule that you have to learn idioms and quotes, right? But use them if you know of any famous quotes and famous idioms to make the essay more impressive. This is the way, the attention is still kept intact while reading your WAT essay. Okay, next C that we're going to talk about, and the last C that we're going to talk about here is check. That is stick to time, structure, and word limit. The time check is very important. You may have like a lot to talk about on the topic that is thrown at you. But again, do you have that kind of time? You should understand that the time is only 10 minutes or 15 minutes, depends on the interview that you're appearing for, what college that you're appearing for, right? So stick to the time. Give yourself, I would say, initial 30-40 seconds or say 1 minute to write down the points that you're going to discuss in your WAT essay, and then structure it accordingly. Then put a time box your performance, time box your essay in a way that when you're starting to write, you should know that, okay, in these 3-4 minutes, initial 3-4 minutes, this is what I'm going to write down. And by the end of 8th minute, if the total is 10 minutes, by the end of 8th minute, I should be coming to the conclusion. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आखिरी के 10 सेकंड 30 सेकंड बचे हैं and you're still writing the main body, right? So prepare well. So this okay, it's sorted. Okay, so this comes in if you are like have done a lot of practice, and if not, if you are just thinking that okay, VAT is just another essay, I'll just go and write down based on the topic that is thrown at me. Trust me, they test you very strictly on your VAT and your GD also. PI, of course, कुछ भी अगर गलत हुआ PI में, your whole candidature can be chucked, can be rejected. But this VAT and GD are also equally important. All right, so this was a short discussion on the skills and the tips to cracking the VAT round. If you have any questions, any live audience has any questions, I'll keep the session open for next 5 to 6 minutes. Any questions, please let me know. The skills tested in VAT, the first one being communication skills. Your thoughts and how you communicate them is very important. Then writing ability, right? How well can you write down your thoughts? Can you structure your thoughts really well? या randomly आपके दिमाग में कुछ भी आता है लिख देते हैं. There has to be a structure, right? You may not be a good writer, right? You don't have to be an editor or a writer, but it's just that the structure, the flow of the thoughts should be very sorted. The writing ability is tested. Then your vocabulary, the kind of English words you use, the choice of words is tested here. Then creative skills, how creative or unique you are with the thought process is also very important, right? Or you just, repeat what is already known and as is. You don't have your own creativity, your own uniqueness. Bring some tinge of uniqueness in your VAT essay so that they understand that, okay, this is the person who has this kind of opinion, who has this opinion. And what a beautiful analogy, what a beautiful comparison, what a beautiful, I would say, analytical skills he has shown. He is not merely stating facts, he has his own opinion, and how beautifully he has drawn an opinion and inference from the facts that were known to everyone who appeared for the VAT exam, for the VAT round, right? So bring that uniqueness so that the reader remembers that, okay, this was written by you. Content, actual information you write in your essay, your idea should be well thought and relevant. You cannot go off track. Your content should be very relevant. Coherence, your essay should have an impactful start, detailed body, and logical ending. And competence, your language should be fluent and competent. Avoid grammatical mistakes. Be articulate in your ideas. Use quotes and idioms if you know of any. Right? There is no hard and fast rule that you have to use any quotes and idioms. अगर आपको कुछ पता है, famous quotes by any famous personality, right? Please use them. If not, please ignore. ज़बरदस्ती कुछ गलत मत लिख देना बस, right? Then check finally. Stick to time, the structure, which we discussed in point number 3, and the word limit. Do not exceed the word limit. Exceeding by 10, 12 words is fine, and missing out on the word limit by again 10 to 15 words is fine, but be around that word limit is very important. Right, so this was about it. A quick session, a short session on writing ability test, tips and required skills by me, Bhavuk Pujara. And we are launching a lot of other courses on Unacademy Plus. Right now I'm launching a course on detailed, comprehensive course on MHCET exam that is due in March 2020. Right, and also for CAT 2020 aspirants, I'm going to be launching a basic course on number systems. So read about Unacademy Plus, use the coupon code Bhavuk Pujara, which is my full name and my profile name on the platform Unacademy, right, to avail an instant 10% discount. So I'll keep the session open for another couple of minutes. If there's anyone, any audience that joins the session live or is attending the session live, can please go ahead and post it out. All right, another minute. If there's anyone who joins the session and wants to check something based on this topic. All right, no one's asking a question. So people who watch this as a recording can get back to me with their doubts by posting them in any of the comments section box of any of the videos that I've made on YouTube channel for Unacademy. Or if you visit Unacademy platform, you can post in any of the lessons, static lessons that we have uploaded there. Or if you have credits on Academy, you can drop me a message directly. And if you are an Unacademy Plus student, of course, you can get in touch with me live in the session on Unacademy classes. Right, so let's close the session. I hope you enjoyed the session. It added some value to help you understand what this WAT is about and the skills that are required to crack this round. And we'll connect again very soon, tomorrow in the morning, to discuss more such topics. Right, tomorrow we're going to discuss some important topics that you should read about for your GD round and your WAT round as well. All right, so see you tomorrow, guys. Good luck and have a good